Hello, this is Ami, the intuitive. Let me see what we see. Thank you for allowing me to be in your experience. Focus of the day. Sometimes the magic is in the discipline. We join the practice, the healthy pattern in our lives. Lower day circle. Let us update our awareness by conscious breathing exercise, the quickest meditation, mindfulness, being current, here, now. Basically, the oxygenation, taking the air all around us from your nose, counting 3 slowly, and then hold it in your body, and then exhaling from your mouth slower and completely let that out. Alright, so let us take a long deep breath together, counting 3 from nose now. 1, and release slowly. One more time from your nose. 1 now, 2, 3, and release slowly from your mouth. The last one with the silence. When you feel ready, let that slowly out. Alright? So let's do that. Let's go. Thank you. So, today's relationship with the energy focus I'd like to give is Kon Ki. It's the Japanese word using the energy Ki, Chi, as in a combination of the particular word that describes the relationship with the energy which is invisible to our eyes. But we use this combination of the energy word for daily activity all the time. So that made me wonder that how in Japanese using that daily activity invite in that relationship with the energy without paying much attention, because it's already being part of that wording dialogue that we normally use. And this nature is quite unique to Japanese. Even we imported these characters from China long ago, because Chinese uses also the same word character, qi, as in qigong, if you're familiar with the healing terminology. They perceive energy in their unique way. So when Japanese imported the characters from China and used that each word resonates to the characteristics and historicals and cultural behavior, and somewhat this relationship with energy was quite different from where the word qi came from China. So pronounced as qi, qi, and totally different use of the character accordance to the original native behavior relate to the available energy that we Japanese used to and still relate to in our daily activity. So the idea is to pay attention consciously to this combination and how we as Japanese relate to that particular act of relationship with the energy. We give some idea to relate to the energy in a more ideal way in our everyday life, so that once the idea and the way to relate comes to under consciousness, we are able to use that as an information to redirect into our better resonance to a conscious creation. So I've been introducing each word each week and to think about the relationship of the energy itself from many angles and to share the ideas, to the opportunity to observe and to find the resonance if there is any, which make us our experience better ones. So this is your time and reconnecting to yourself. So I would like you to get relaxed and sip your favorite drinks. I'm having my coffee here. And just observe what you are noticing, including your physical sensor. So that's why I really recommend you to bring some favorite drinks to nurturing our needs in the physical, the taste. That will make you feel comfortable and make myself comfortable. And also the mind, just now we did the conscious breathing exercise. So just relax and here now being current. And then observe that what you are thinking, sensing, tasting, smelling, all the noticing human available sensor in your conscious awareness. So the one thing that I do care about is that to being active with your observer self, notice yourself. That's the only thing that I ask you to be active. So we already did the breathing exercise, but it's quite different from a meditation, which mostly meditation asks you to get completely relaxed and closing your eyes and to focusing on inside internal peace and then extend, expand. That's wonderful. But here I would like you to be open your eyes wide open and noticing what you're noticing. Like I would like you to observe the part of you get totally relaxed, allowing the air and then here now align and part of your notice are you. I would like you to notice you, what you are sensing, relaxing, enjoying, reconnecting, thinking. So that's my suggestion to share this moments here with you each week to refreshing, realigning, to reconnecting ourselves in each level. Sometimes maybe your attention is given to the particular physical portion. If the part of your physical is getting the sensations or, it changes. So the getting to know about ourselves using the observer self is such a wonderful things that we can do for ourselves to make it conscious creation more joyful and happier and productive ones. So it comes down to the reliable tool that we can provide for ourselves is the documentation, document. And what I realized for the last over 10 years, write that down is the most practical tools. Actually, I was really uncomfortable to write that down because my writing is terrible and my dyslexic creates a horrible spelling and I can't write straight. So all these experience that I had in a relationship with my handwriting is it's so blocking or stopping, disallowing me to write that down casually. However, the point is to write perfectly. No, it's not. The point is to let that information out from observer, us observing part of us. So later we can get the information about ourselves. That is the point. And even the small information would help us. So ideally get in the notebook or journal and write the date of this day. And maybe this is unique to myself, but it's easier for many people around me also to associate with the linear time. So the date of this day that we are observing is kind of helpful because we are so trained to organize information in the linear time schedule. And tracking back is, in case of me, very easier for me to track with the linear time schedule because later when we need to go back and then to connect the information, that particular day gives many information, just like with the other event in this community or society or planetly even. So it will be helpful. And to any information that without thinking or judging that this information might not be useful or that's your judgment self is bothering. So just our job is to allow our observer to observe, and our physical job is to write that down. I also experimented with recording, talking like I'm doing here. That is also nice. However, reviewing actually takes time. So writing it would be more easier. Um, so that's my recommendation. And basically, I would like you to enjoy. And what I'm sharing here is not so much important. I mean, if it's not important, then I'm not sharing it. However, it's more important is that what you are hearing from what I'm saying instead of what I'm sharing. So when you, for example, like attending some seminars or learning about something, and many are trained to memorize what the teacher is saying or the presenter is sharing. So write this point down. What's the focus? However, I think it's the more important. This is like your time, and this is all about helping ourselves to massaging our awareness. So what you are noticing, resonance or non-resonance, that's the point and the key elements to getting to know about yourself. And that's what I care about more than what I'm sharing here. So today I would like to share is Kon Ki. This Kon Ki is composed with the two Chinese character in Japanese. The one character is symbolizing root, and the other one is the energy, Ki. You may be familiar with this one. Ki is used for Qigong if you are familiar with the healing terminology, or Reiki, that Ki, the energy itself. So this combination is the root and energy. Root energy. So my intuition says like that our Kon Ki, root energy, is that supporting us, like a rooting to the earth reality. So what we do, the physical, and just like a tree, the root hold that trees to grow, and at the same time grow underneath of the ground, and more stronger and reliable in order to grow tall. And then we also ideally want to have that root enough to support that growth, right? So that's the root from the tree we can learn. And the energy is that energy of that rooting to give the strength, physical. So what exactly that means, that we use this Kon Ki, the root energy of ourselves, as to explaining the quality of the continuous effort put in to do things. It doesn't need to be effort, but continuous work without tired of it. So the human energy power that keeps doing without going tired of things. So just these are like, if it's the robot, it's just to do it. However, as a human, little bits by little, continuous effort. Sometimes it's very challenging us to do the same thing on and on. And this is like practice, discipline to do continuously, you know. And in order to grow as a root, that is something necessary for physical creation. And that's the mental strength and mental power involved. In a sense of never giving up kind of attitude in the English. So never giving up means like stopping is sort of a challenge mentally. However, this root is a naturally grow as a tree. The root doesn't know stopping as long as it's grow. So it's more of allow that nature of continue grow even if it doesn't show above the ground as a result. However, in order to grow above the ground nicely, the foundation, the structure of the physical need to be strong enough to sustain, ideally. So I wanted to give my focus on this particular character, the root. In Japanese pronunciation, it's called Kon Ki, the Kon. This root, character of this root is used for emotional, intellectual nature quality. It's like a determine its quality. And then it's a specific human behavior and human reactions. So it's like emotional and intellectual complex nature of human beings. And then this root is determining that specific human natures of mental and physical. So part of the supporter of the bottom of the structure. The structure is that human creation, physical creation. The physical strength and the energy to sustain. So continuous effort, sustainable mental power that keep going without getting tired of it. So the most ideal is to find that joy or something that you really like about in this activity. Or again, if we are authentic to ourselves and our needs, and it can be effortless to continue. Just like trees or the plants root effortlessly grow each and every moment as long as it's alive. So something disaligned to nature, it can be challenging. So the human being is such a complex because we have mental, emotional, physical, and observe ourselves consciously realign these elements into choosing the balance aligned to happy, joy, peace. If we can aware of it. So it comes back to the conscious awareness, that how we aware of the balance. But the sure thing is that as an quality, the physical creation, that as long as we are creating something to share, to live life experience in this physical body, that continuous effort as a discipline or activity doesn't need to be effort. Discipline sometimes the magic. So invite in that joy, happy, positive, joyful elements around this continue energy to allow that root grow is a effective use of beingness and attention. It's been said that 17 times doing it, and it becomes a habit. So, utilizing our auto subconscious pilot to make it as a discipline, using a consciousness to send that into the subconscious autopilot would be a one thing. And then the conscious mind wants to check the alignment to the health. Because once aligned to unhealthy, and then it creates challenge. So notice ourself is to check as a health resonance is the feeding good comfort. And make that grow the healthy support human structure and creation of joy, happy, resonance experience. This is Ami, the intuitive. Let me see what we see. I'm giving my focus to the word Kon Ki, the energy to continue patiently. The sustainable mental power to keep going without getting tired of things. You can learn about me and my work going to www.thatbusinessforecaster.com, www.thatbusinessforecaster.com. I translate the energy for practical insights, deliver clarity, and teaches its communication method to individuals and groups who are willing to enhance quality in making choices for personal and professional conscious living lifestyle. Currently, I'm preparing for intuition workout training. The intuition is the human ability that everybody has. The conscious use of intuitive muscle, we need training to use these hunches and knowingness in the particular purpose that help us making decision better way. So what I provide is to the opportunity to practice this intuitive muscle each day through a guided experience exercise to help you notice the muscle which use it unconsciously all the time. So once it becomes underconscious, you can train and use it for your practical use, serving the needs, and also being useful for others. I've been using this technique and practicing with like-minded and sharing those who are interested in for over the last 12 years, and now making it more easily accessible over the internet. So if you are interested, please contact me by email or subscribe the email update going to my website www.thatbusinessforecaster.com, www.thatbusinessforecaster.com. Look forward to training with this intuitive muscle through each day exercise. The little by little piles, just like a discipline, is the magic sometimes. This is Ami, the intuitive. Let me see what we see. I see you next time. Until then, you have an awesome creation. Bye.